he could have survived. That's really it. I don't really need to. What does that mean? So right now, prosecutors are submitting a very crucial hypothesis. George Floyd indeed died from oxygen deficiency. This is the critical COD, the cause of death. Now, they were cooperating with the medical examiners who had access to his autopsy reports. Because those medical examiners who actually conducted autopsy, so they actually, das meinte, diese Gerichtsmediziner, wirklich immer noch diese Leute haben immer noch durchgeführt eine Obduktion. Obduktion ist zu sezieren und obduzieren Leichen. Ja, diese getötete Körper. Leichen, ja, oder? Wirklich zu erkennen, die grundlegende Ursache für George Floyds Tod, oder? Das ist da. Yeah, that means, right now, we've been actually, greatly informed of the scientifically oriented explanation for his death. Why, in the first place, George Floyd was killed. That means, if and only if he had not been kneeled for 9 minutes, then there would have been no serious oxygen deficiency leading to his death. That means his life could have been spared. If and only if Derek Chauvin had not made that kind of miserable decision. His judgmental failure was the critical cause, right? That eventually gave a rise to his death. This is really not a manslaughter, but it's a really deliberate decision made by Derek Chauvin. So, he should be prosecuted as a murderer, not a manslaughter, right? That's really the case. But right now, prosecutors are gaining momentum. Why? Because, the medical examiners, also known as coroners or forensic scientists. Tell the truth, there is a significant difference. So forensic scientists are those people who are dispatched to the crime scene, but autopsy reports are normally recorded by coroners, medical examiners. Medical examiners who are actually working in the morgue, the mortuary, where bodies are actually put inside the fridge. Have you ever actually watched the CSI? Then you can actually get this, right? So his body would be opened up, and his organs and every little tiny detail of his body would be analyzed and dissected because of the trace left behind Derek Chauvin would be still stored in his body, right? His vital organs could indicate the time of death, the TOD, and the cause of death, the COD, right? This is really a job assigned to medical examiners, right? So it's very easy. Prosecutors are very much eager to specify the cause. So in that way, they can actually definitively nail down the cause of the death that was, solely induced and fueled by Derek Chauvin. His chokehold was really one and only cause why George Floyd suffered from oxygen deficiency, lack of oxygen. That was fatal. That was really the reason why his life was consumed for no reason, right? Those we have to actually literally indict him for not a manslaughter, but a murder, and we need to prosecute him in that way. So eventually, the conviction is the goal of the prosecutors. That's very important because he made a deliberate decision after his due diligence, even though he was constantly being begged by George Floyd. He said he couldn't breathe. He said he could not go on in this way. There were hearty petitions and bemoanings. They were there. But Derek Chauvin truly put down his justification, right? That was not at all justifiable. But he actually, because of these type of testimonies are later collected from body cams worn by his colleagues on the scene, right? His body cam was removed when he actually, literally conducted a chokehold on Derek Chauvin, right? When he pressed his knee on George Floyd, when Derek Chauvin was using his knee to put a pressure on George Floyd. His body cam was already removed from the body, right? His body cam was detached from him. Isn't that true? But later, somehow, prosecutors obtained access to body cams worn by other policemen on the scene. That's the real reason why we would be able to hear the final words of George Floyd, and also the non-justifiable and utter miserable justification coming from Derek Chauvin. It's really true. It's really heroic. And it's a horrifying, tell the truth. How would you treat other human being that way? That's a really, almost unthinkable, right? Sure. I really actually read things faster in English. Mm-hmm. Chief of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention now claims a variant of the COVID-19 with a greater power in its transmission and mutation is available in America. Can I just go? Yeah, more contagious variant is now dominant. It's really fine, right? I'm really fine. Taiwan, but some want a clear warning to China. It is widely recognized that U.S. stands by its ally, Taiwan, rooting for its sovereign power. But can I just say, 이게 좀 열어서 써도 되나요? They tell me how to. Can I have my seizures? Can I have my seizures? Do you know? Is there? 그렇지만은 나는 그거 너무 좋아해요. Autopsy. Ja, obduzieren, sezieren. Das heißt das sezieren oder obduzieren. So sie Floyds Körper war immer noch seziert wurden. So wirklich gucken, was passierte während dieser Zeit. Und was eine echte Ursache. Ja, eine echte Ursache des Todes, right? Das ist eine Hauptfrage. Warum er ums Leben gekommen war, ist freiwillig, oder? Aber diese mangelhafte Sauerstoffe, das ist ein Hauptgrund. Dann Derek Chauvin ist ein Täter, der diese heimtückische Aktivität selbst durchgeführt hatte. Mit Absicht. Diese wird nicht ein zufälliger Unfall oder Unglück. Nein, Derek Chauvin wirklich hatte erkannt, was er damals begangen hatte. Oder? Weil er immer noch hatte gesprochen, eine bestimmte Hinweise darauf, wirklich. What was that? Geopolitical. You have to say the geopolitical ambition. It's really easy. Anyhow, China is growing its geopolitical power. So definitely, the United States sustained by Taiwan. There is no ambiguity or no gray zone. However, some, even actually from those close to China, no, that's not really the case. That's a bit far-fetched. But anyway, those people, handful of people, or a growing number of people, I don't know. But a certain amount of people, at least, who feel very much comfortable for both the sides of conditions, they actually share a sentiment leaning towards stricter measures taken by the United States. They really wish, the United States would speak up to at least stifle China's ever more growing ambition. Otherwise, Taiwan or in a different areas would be under threat. Then the regional power balance would be shuffled. And it would give a greater power and weight to China. Before that would happen, the United States should recognize the situation with acuity. Yeah, there should be a certain urgency. So, the United States should at least, take action. One could never actually bury the head in the sand and pretending nothing happens, right? Because China is, increasingly encroaching upon the circumstance. Encroaching upon the sovereignty of Taiwan and infringing upon the freedom of Hong Kong citizens. And these type of outbursts are heading towards the apogee, the zenith, the pinnacle. That's what has been said. Why do I have to think about it? It's really... Yeah, I said it. Well, what am I missing? Oh, yeah. Clearer warning to China. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't miss anything. U.S. backs Taiwan, but someone a clearer warning to China. I didn't really miss it. Right? Take immediate action. I really didn't miss anything. Taiwan's officials and U.S.-Chinese diplomats feel the necessity of U.S. interference with China's foreign affairs to better protect its allies, including Taiwan. But some want to see the U.S. take action against China to contain this ever-growing geopolitical action with a clear accent. You know what? There should be a no fumbleness. If we ever actually sleep on this opportunity, we might not actually put things back to order before it gets too wild. You need to actually do something. That's really, we need to actually see a clear action. You need to actually you need to actually take action with a clear accent. You need to, that means, there should be unapologetic, unabashed stance taken by the United States to at least have influence over China's future move. These type of demand is really gaining momentum amongst the people close to both the United States and Taiwan. Those people who want to build the breach and strengthen the existing alliance between the United States and Taiwan. They really wish the U.S. would take much tougher action. Either they would, underscore their previous position, or, do something. You need to at least, let China be heard. Lo and behold, please, let me have your ears. This kind of immediate action should be necessitated because they want to see. They wanted to actually get the confirmation the United States is still looking after Taiwan's sovereignty. We need to actually have a keepsake. We need to have a token of a commitment. The current situation, the status quo is not enough. Please do something. If you love me, would you actually, go to that distances? Go to these distances, go to some lengths, right? Please go to some lengths. No, please, if you really want to stick to your guns, please do something. Put down something significant so no one would have misinterpreted. No one would have, no one would at least make excuse out of it. Oh, I didn't hear that. No, I didn't know that. Is that what you're trying to say? What you're trying to say? No, I didn't hear that. No, you know what? We need to actually, weed out this zone, weed out this, ambiguity. This is very important. By laying down the clear message. Clear message means, you need to put down the action with accent. You need to at least, let your motives recognized by your enemy or your counterpart. 이런 뜻이에요. 괜찮아요. 벌써 한 번만에 다 이해했어요. 뭐가 느리다는 건 사실 이해도 안 되네. 데렉 쇼빈 케이스 몰라요.